Hi my dear students, welcome back to another session. In the last class we already learned regarding mutations, gene code as well as what is the basic requirement of translation process you had learned in the last class. So today class I am going to start with a translation. Let's start the mechanism of translation, how the protein molecules are going to form. So for your better convenience, for your understanding, I divide into 5 parts. First one is charging of tRNA or nothing but activation of amino acids, both are same. Next initiation, elongation, termination and folding of proteins, right? First step is what? First step is charging of tRNA. It means, and also called as same one, activation of amino acid. This is the first step. The latter steps are like, second one is initiation and third one is elongation and fourth one is termination and last one is process of protein, nothing but folding of proteins, right? So first start with the transcription. So transcription is finished. From double stranded DNA to mRNA is formed through nucleus pore is entered into the cytoplasm. Now the mRNA is ready in cytoplasm, right? Just look at the tRNA as well as mRNA. So the tRNA, it have to bind the, or amino acids, it have to bind to tRNA. So for that, this both should be activated, we have to charge. So for that, energy is needed. Simple, in the presence of ATP molecules, amino acids are activated. So that activated amino acids are going to bind with tRNA to form amino acyl tRNA. So that is called as charged tRNA, right? Very simple, write it. Now amino acids are, and with ATP, in the presence of ATP, amino acids are activated to become amino acyl plus AMP complex, like it is going to form. Adenosine triphosphate, na 3 phosphates are there. Energy is utilized to form of adenosine monophosphate, like monophosphate plus 1 phosphate release, okay, right? Now this is activated amino acid. Now it is going to attach to this amino acyl. It is going to bind with the tRNA. Now the tRNA is going to charge it up. So that is called as amino acetyl tRNA, right? So this is called as charged tRNA. So charged tRNA means it is containing what? Amino acid. Actually that is concept is telling that, right? Finished. So next let's let to have next. Now freely mRNA is freely present in the cytoplasm. Na? It is going to settle on ribosomes. Generally 2 ribosomes are there. Na? For example, in case of prokaryotic, ribosome is what? 70S ribosome. 2 subunits, one is small and one is big subunit. Smaller one is 30S and bigger one is 50S. Right? So when protein synthesis is not initiated at the time, these ribosomes are inactive in condition. At the time, these 2 subunits are separately present. At the time, these 2 are separately freely occurred in the cytoplasm. When protein synthesis is initiated, then what happened? So these 2 subunits, come together. It is called as association. association of ribosome. It is called as what? Association of ribosome. So for that, here magnesium molecule, it activates the ribosome surfaces, right? Before the association, now in such condition, mRNA, which is already present, freely present in the cytoplasm, which is going to bind on smaller subunit of RNA. Smaller one is what? 30S. It is going to bind on 30S ribosome, right? Then initiation is started. It means, look at the diagram. So here, for example, so this is one mRNA. So this is one small subunit of ribosome. We can call as 30S ribosome, which is settled. So this is 5 dash, this is 3 dash. It is codons, which is mRNA, right? Next, what happened here? On that, one big subunit is came. That is, such one is 50S ribosome. In the presence of Mg plus, this association takes place, right? Now protein synthesis. Now later initiation is started, right? Next, very simple. In initiation process, right? Now in cytoplasm already freely like amino acids are present, which is already what? Charged. And here it is already containing what? Amino acid 1. For example, alanine. Or maybe for example, one more amino acid is there. Here it is anticodon, here is 3 dash. Here GLY, glycine amino acid is there. Like. So freely amino acids are present in the cytoplasm. Now initiation. Initiation is always start with one special tRNA, that is initiator tRNA, right? Initiation is always start with one special tRNA. It is initiator. That is, the tRNA is MET tRNA. It means which is going to code for methionine amino acid containing tRNA, which is act as a initiator for translation. That is concept, right? It means here AUG, this is actually codon, which is present on mRNA. On AUG, for that complementary is present on where? tRNA. What is the complementary? So this is anticodon. So for example, AUG, A is going to bind with here uracil, adenine and G. Now this amino acid is going to bind with this sequence. Okay, such is called as what? Initiation is started, right? Now this is smaller one, this is bigger one. Here AUG is a initiation. The protein synthesis always start from initiation side, that is AUG. Now tRNA is came. Which is containing information is uracil, adenine and G cytosine, right? So now this tRNA is readed the mRNA containing information, also have the capacity to recognize a specific site, a binding site of amino acid on mRNA, right? It is initiation. Finished. Next one is elongation. Next one is what? Elongation. Here in elongation process, each and every ribosome is containing two subunits. Sorry, two places. two places. Okay, so for one is acceptor and one is a releasing purpose. One amino acid is, two locations are there. For is one accepting of one amino acid, it means tRNA. Second, a releasing of tRNA. Like two locations are present. Now in this, what happened after initiation? Here amino acid is there. On the second location, here on the second location, here for example, on the second location, one more codon is there. Further, again one more amino acid is came. One more amino acid is came. Right? Now what happened? Now this amino acid also containing what? Sorry, this tRNA is containing one amino acid. This tRNA is containing another amino acid. Now these two amino acids are jointed to form polypeptide bond, right? So like after adding of here, the ribosome is going to move towards like this. Now this is second, on third, it going to move on third codon. After reading, again fourth codon, again fifth codon. Like ribosome is going to move on mRNA, and simultaneously tRNAs are going to adding on the ribosome side. And begin, if third one is already existing, fourth one is adding on mRNA. Now third tRNA is containing three amino acid. Fourth tRNA is containing fourth amino acid jointed to form polypeptide bond. So this is like continuous process is going to form, right? Here simultaneously tRNA contain amino acids are jointed together to form long polypeptide chain. Okay, when we are reading of, for example, now here amino acid is added na, later what happen, RNA is going to later a ribosome, it is move on mRNA. Now this code is read and again move to third and move to fourth, move to fifth. While moving, again amino acid is attached, right? So this is a continuous process. In this process, one long polypeptide chain is going to form. Next, terminization. When the polypeptide chain bond formation is stopped, when stop codons are appeared on mRNA, then elongation process is going to stop. What are the stop codons? Stop codons are UAA, UAG, UGA, right? For example, if here UAA is came, so for UAA there is no special tRNA, so no tRNA is going to bind on such a codon, so elongation is stopped. Nothing but is terminization. So there is no tRNA for stop codons. When stop codons are appear on mRNA, ultimately the translation is going to stop, right? The latter, this long chain is going to release into the cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm is going to change the process and folded primary, secondary, tertiary based on the cell need and become one particular protein, right? So this is actually entered the concept of translation. After the completion of translation, here what happened, generally based on mRNA containing sequence, based on nucleotide sequence, amino acids are come together to form of one polypeptide chain is formed. But during this translation, some sequence of mRNA is not translated. Such not translated sequence of mRNA, it is called as untranslated regions. It is called as what? UTR, means untranslated regions which are present on mRNA. Okay, it means what? So this code So for these codons are not translated, means tRNA is not attached on this sequence, they remain left like that only, right? The question is where they are present. Where they are present. These UTR sequences are generally present before the initiation of translation. So initiation is start from where AUG is a sequence. It is the initiator. Terminator is what? Stop codon. UAA, UAG and UGA. It is what? Stop codons. So these genes UTR sequence are present at the 5' end of before the initiation site and 3' end of after the stop codon, right? UTRs are present before the start codon, before the start codon. What is a start codon? Start codons are AUG. AUG is the initiation codon for protein synthesis, for translation. AUG is going to code for which? MET, methionine. Now this UTR sequence is present, UTR sequence is present at a 5' end of before the AUG sequence. Some special sequence is there, such is not translated, that is called as what? UTR, first point. And second point is here, some sequence, some UTR also present at a 3' end, at 3' end. So at a 3' end, where they are present? After the stop codon. After the stop codon. Which are the stop codons? UAA, UAG, UGA. These three are the stop codons, right? So this region, and you can see before the AUG regions are not translated, right? Next, and some more information here. After completion of translations, like tRNA is going to suffer from ribosomes. This long polypeptide chain release into the cytoplasm, right? Then later what happened? Later ribosomes or ribosome subunits. Ribosome subunits are again separated. It means ribosomes are what? Inactivated. So that is called as what? Dissociation. During the protein synthesis, what happened? Association. After the protein synthesis, dissociation, right? So at the time what happened? At the time, releasing factors are attached to stop codons. Then the complete process is going to stop. Then proteins are released. Proteins are released from ribosome to cytoplasm, right? And next one, so this is the last one, is processing unit. Processing of protein. So here what happened? After completion of translation process, proteins are entered into the cytoplasm. So some methyl groups are eliminated, and again they are going to folding, primary folding, secondary folding, tertiary folding, and during this folding, during these processes, some carboxylic groups and added to the protein. Now it is form of biological active form of proteins are formed, which are going to perform different functions. Maybe enzymes, maybe carriers, maybe structural proteins, maybe it is going to useful for construction of the cell. Okay, so this is actually entire information regarding protein synthesis. Next topic is regulation of gene expression. Regulation of Regulation of gene expression, right? So you have to know the first, what is regulation, what is the definition of gene, and what is expression. Then you know the definition of regarding gene. What is gene? Gene is one small segment of DNA or one short nucleotide sequence of DNA which is going to code for one particular amino acid, right? Next, here in the last class we already learned that translation process. In the translation, mRNA sequencer, nothing but nucleotides are expressed to form of what? One polypeptide chain. So we can say, for example, gene expression is resulted to formation of polypeptide chain, like we can say or not, right? Or for example, in a cell, the genes are expressed itself to perform one special type of function or to perform one set of function. So that we can call as what? Gene expression. Now, regulation of gene expression, it means, so just recall the previous knowledge. We said at a transcriptional unit, before the structural genes, one small sequence is there. That small sequence is a regulation sequence, which is not going to code for any proteins as well as amino acids, but they have the capacity to control the expression of structural genes, nothing but cistron. That special sequence is called as what? Regulatory sequence, right? So this regulatory sequence which is going to express the cistron character, nothing but structural gene character expression is regulated. Now the question is, sir, why this regulation is, why the regulation of gene expression is important? If the genes expression is not regulated, then what happen? Then how the genes are going to regulate it? In which conditions are gene regulated? Right? So let's know one by one. Okay, let's start first from gene. One small definition. What? It is a segment of DNA, that you already know, that segment of DNA. In bracket you have to write it is a one small nucleotide. Enough. Gene expression definition. Gene expression. Gene expression is a result, according to the NCERT, a result of formation of polypeptide bond, right? In normal case, so genes are in a cell, genes are expressed to perform one special function, or set of functions, right? Next, regulation. Regulation, in a simple word, regulation means simple, it is control. Here, which is control? Control the expression of gene, or nothing but gene product, right? So where the sequence is present, this regulation sequence which is present before the structural genes, right? So such a special sequence is called as a regulation sequence, regulatory sequence, and which is not code for any protein, So what is the function of these genes? Just they are going to control and regulate the gene expression. Which gene? Structural genes. What they are? Cistron, right? Next, let's enter into the lesson. Regulation of gene expression, it is one broad term It is one broad term. The regulation is controlled by at a different levels or various levels or different levels. For example, in eukaryotic cells. In eukaryotic cells, the gene expression is regulated mainly at 4 levels. The first one is at a transcriptional level. Second, processing of mRNA, nothing but splicing of mRNA. So third one is at the third stage, after completion of mRNA, which is going to enter from nucleus to cytoplasm. At that level also, the gene expression is going to regulated or controlled. And the fourth one is translation process, right? It is a broad term. It's going to control at a different or various levels, especially in eukaryotic cells. In eukaryotic cells, gene expressions control at 4 levels. The first one is during the transcription. Nothing but process of formation of mRNA or initiation of transcription level. And second one is processing of mRNA. We can call as what? Splicing. Splicing is absent in prokaryotic cells, which is a character of only eukaryotic cell, right? And next one is, third one is, it is also controlled at a transfer of mRNA from nucleus to cytoplasm. At that level also, with the gene expression is going to control or regulated. And the last one is at a translocation. It means during the formation of a polypeptide chain, right? Okay. Next, so for example here, in humans, let's see how the gene expression is going to regulated by regulated sequence. For example, when the cell is needed for metabolic process, for example, amylase enzyme is needed. In such condition, amylase genes are switched on, expressed. If amylase enzyme is not required to the cell, the genes are switched off, nothing but regulated, right? Very simple here. When during of having of carbohydrate, what you need? Amylase enzyme. Enzyme is nothing but protein. Protein is formed due to the translation of mRNA sequence, right? So these protease genes are expressed. It means the genes are, we can call as switch on, right? At the time of when having of carbohydrate, there is no role of protein or protease enzyme. So this protease enzyme expression is inhibited. Or nothing but we can call as such a gene expression is regulated, or we can call as such a genes are switch off. Like, got the point or not? Next, for example, in prokaryotic cells. In prokaryotic cell, one of the best example is lactose enzyme. Disaccharide is a lactose. In the presence of beta galactose enzyme, the disaccharide of lactose enzymes hydrolyzes to form of galactose and glucose molecules are formed, right? So if absent of lactose, so there is no necessary to produce beta galactose enzyme. So then if lactose is absent in the cell, in such condition the bacteria is not going to synthesize beta galactose enzymes, right? For example, it is a lactose. Lactose is a energy source, for example, to the bacteria. So the lactose should be hydrolysis and produce like galactose as well as glucose. Now further glucose molecules headers to producing of ATP. It means energy source of bacteria is, for example, lactose. For that cleavage enzymes are required now. Cleavage enzyme is beta galactose enzyme. Okay, simple. If lactose is present in bacteria, these genes are expressed to form of beta galactose. If for example, if energy source is not lactose, if energy source is glucose, so at the time what happen? So this beta galactose enzymes are not synthesized. Thus there is no necessary to production of beta galactose enzyme when energy source is glucose, right? So that is what gene expression. The gene expression is controlled or regulated, right? So in the simple term, how we are going to write? In the simple term, it is a metabolic and physiological and environment conditions or regulate the gene expressions, and also the cell need also it is going to regulate the expression of one gene. To understand the regulation of gene expression in prokaryotic cells, you have to learn one concept, that is operon concept. Very simple concept, that is operon concept. So it is going to better understanding of regulation of gene expression in prokaryotic cells. In prokaryotic cells, right? Okay, let's see. What is operon? Operon means actually it is a set of functional genes. So the set of functional genes are come together to form one operon, right? What is operon? Operon means it is a group of structural and functional genes are come together to form of one group, so that to form of one cluster, that is called as operon, right? So the operon is containing mainly two types of genes are present. One is controlling genes and one is structural genes. Controlling genes and structural genes. Very simple, like for example, here this is one DNA sequence. So this complete sequence is going to perform for one function. So further we divide into the genes. In the operon we divide into two genes. One is controlling genes and one is structural genes. So structural genes are like one Z gene, one Y gene and Y A gene. Z, Y, A genes, these are structural genes which are going to code for one special type of proteins. Okay, and next controlling genes are 1, 2, 3 types. Such are first I gene. It is a regulator, and P it means promoter gene. I gene, P gene, and O means operator gene. So O means what? Operator, which is present near to the structural genes. Okay, so these three are what? Structural genes. So here O means operator. here O is a operator is present near to the structural genes. Okay, next here, so the gene, this structural gene expression is depend upon operator interaction with the protein, right? So let exactly we will learn in a lac operand system, we will learn now. Okay, next one is what? P means what? Promoter. You already know that promoter means what? Generally promoter, it is a promoter site, it is a binding site of RNA polymerase enzyme. It is a binding site of RNA polymerase enzyme. Then what happens? Translation is transcription. For initiation of transcription, promoter site should be active. Then only RNA polymerase enzyme is binding on promoter site and transcription is going to initiated. Right? Next one is, third one is I gene. I means it is not a inhibitor or not a inducer. I actually, it is a regulator gene sequence we can call as I. So this regulator gene sequence which is going to synthesize or which is going to produce one protein, which is going to release the one protein, right? So this regulatory protein which is going to interact with the operator. O means what? Operator. So then operator switch on or switch off, it is depend upon interaction in between a regulatory protein to operator. Okay, that we will let in a lac operand concept, right? Next, so the regulation protein is maybe negative regulation or positive regulation. So in the negative regulation, this regulatory protein which is act as activator. Here regulatory proteins expression is negative or positive. In positive case, this regulatory proteins is going to bind to activate the transcription. So it is activator. In case of negative, it is going to inhibitor. If this regulatory protein is inhibit the transcription or protein synthesis or gene expression, that is called as what? Negative expression. Positive expression, negative expression. Okay. So now now we are going to learn the lac operand system. So these words are useful in understanding of lac operand concept which is given in the NCERT, right? Very simple here. Lac operand system is given. Lac operand system. First, lac operand. Lac means lactose. It means the bacteria it is growing on lactose medium. The bacteria which is E. coli bacteria which is grown on lactose medium, right? Lac operand. Operand means what? It is a group of genes. It is a group of structural and functional genes. They are going to perform one set of function or one particular function, right? Next, so this lac operand gene expression is first explained by Jacob and Monod. They first explain this gene expression in E. coli bacteria. In E. coli bacteria. Okay. Next, here the lactoferrin, the expression is generally it is the gene expression. The gene expression is regulated at a transcription level. Transcription level. At what? The gene expression is regulated at an initiation of transcription. Nothing but RNA polymerase enzyme is going to bind with promoter site. At that level, the gene expression is regulated. Next, here the expression is controlled by a regulatory protein. Regulatory protein interaction to operator to stop or to control the gene expression. Okay. Let's check the expression of gene expression of E. coli bacteria in the presence of lactose or in the absence of lactose. How the genes are regulated and controlled. Let's check it once. Here, in the first case, the bacteria E. coli bacteria, this is equal to operon. It growing on lactose medium in the first case. So in this case, what happened? If it is growing in the lactose presenting medium, here first promoter gene, regulatory gene, and again one promoter gene, right? Now regulatory genes are always active in condition. So here first in this case, first RNA polymerase enzyme is binding on this promoter site. Now it is going to move on, it is going to move towards the regulatory gene. So regulatory gene containing genes are translated to become as one mRNA. Now this mRNA contained sequence is here transcription, here translation is again occurred to form one protein. So this is the protein, it is a product of regulatory gene, right? Regulatory protein is formed. So that is we can call as generally a repressor. It is a one regulatory gene product we can call as repressor. We will know why it is called as a repressor. Okay. Now what happened? After that, when repressor is formed, after formation of repressor, in medium or in the cell already what? Lactose is there. So now this repressor, it is going to bind with the lactose medium. This is lactose. Okay. Now lactose as well as repressor complex is formed. Why this complex is necessary to form? Because repressor is always active in condition. If lactose is absent, it is going to bind with the operator. Now what happened? Repressor is inactivated. Repressor is what? Inactivated. Now there is no chance to bind with the operator site, right? So in this case what happened? If repressor is not bind with operator site, then promoter, so beside the operator, which is a promoter is there. Promoter sequence are opened. Now it is a comfortable condition to binding of RNA polymerase enzyme. Here now it is binded, initiation is started. Now what happened? So this RNA polymerase enzyme, it is going to move on operator to structural genes. These three are what? Structural genes, right? Now this gene information is transcribed to form of one mRNA. Which mRNA is formed? Polycistronic mRNA is formed. Like, because three genes are there now, 1, 2, 3, not monocistron, polycistronic mRNA is formed. And this after formation of here, this is a Z, this is Y, and this is A. So these three genes which are going to code for three enzymes. First Z enzyme is going to code for formation of beta galactose enzyme, and second one is Y enzyme is going to code for permease enzyme, and third enzyme is A, which is going to trans-acetylation. Now in the presence of these three enzymes, lactose is utilized and lactose is hydrolyzed and get converted into monomers like as galactose as well as glucose. Later glucose it get turned as energy source, right? That what happened? This lactose in the presence of beta galactose enzyme, it is get converted as glucose as well as galactose, and this enzyme is useful to permeability of lactose from outer side to inner side, which is for trans-acetylation, right? Now in this case what happened, this structural gene expression is on, so that's why it is called as switch on, genes are switch on. When the genes are switch on, simple, when repressor is bound with lactose, then this operator containing structural genes are on, right? Next, now when this expression is stopped, for example, now and the same bacteria, now it is growing on lack of lactose is absent in the medium or lactose is absent in the cell, then what happen? So in such case, lactose releasing genes are not going to express, ZYA genes are not expressed and not releasing any enzymes, right? Let's see, if lactose is absent, as usual, first here RNA is bind to promoter, next I genes are transcribed to form of mRNA to one protein is formed, right? So such protein is what? This is the protein, regulatory gene protein. Now lactose is absent, now what happen? It is going to bind with the operator. It is going to bind with what? Operator. If regulatory gene product is going to bind with the operator, which is going to block the initiation of RNA polymerase enzyme at a promoter site, right? Now what happened due to this association? So this promoter initiation site is blocked. Here the blockage is occurred. So now RNA polymerase enzyme is not going to bind with promoter site. Then what happened? So due to that structural gene expression is stopped, right? So it is called as what? We can call as, in such condition, genes are switch off, right? It means the gene expression is regulated or controlled. Now this ZYA enzyme is not going to release, not going to code for any amino acids or proteins. So here this genes, ZYA gene products, nothing but enzymes, are not formed, right? Why? Because in medium or in the cell already lactose is absent, so there is no unnecessary it is not going to produce or synthesize the enzymes, right? Next, here the regulation of gene with the help of a repressor protein, right? So we can say it is negative expression, right? In this case here, lactose is there now. So the lactose here, it is lactose here in this case, it is act as inducer. Lactose we can call as what? Inducer. Because the genes are switch off or switch on, it is depend upon only presence of lactose or absent, or lactose binding to the repressor or not. So that's why the lactose we can call as what? Inducer. In the presence of inducer, genes are switch on, genes are expressed. In the absence of inducer, in the absence of lactose, the genes are switch off first. And second thing is, when the genes are switched on, when the regulatory gene product is nothing but protein, the protein is act as repressor, the repressor is bound with a lactose. And the repressor is not bound with operator, then only genes are going to open. Simple. If repressor is bound with operator, gene expression is stopped, that is genes are off in condition. Okay. So this is actually information regarding lac operon system. Thank you all of you.